Bearish sentiments and trends continue here?
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, the market is still a little bit bearish. Today, it has a marginal loss today of 0.07%. This was actually driven by Nigerian brewery loss in almost 1.1 Naira, 60-something kobo. I think that was what was responsible for the bearish move of the market today. By and large, when you look at the market, it has gotten to a little bit of support level. What we see now is that some of the stock that moved the index are actually the ones that lost and bring down the index. So when the Nigerian brewery is not losing, then you see then Dangote cement losing. So sometimes bring the bearish market down. And then if you look at this trend where we are now, which was exactly where we were sometime last year at exactly November 2, we suffered some bearish move for the market for about one week, 3 days. Then that's 3 trading days of November, the market became was on the upside. Then first and second day of December, the market was on an upside.
Okay.
Then towards the end, it became bearish. Then January again, it picked up. And when you look at the price at then and now, yeah, you know, now it's cheaper compared to then.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of bargain opportunity in the market now.
Obviously, people are looking to new listings to lift the market and issuances of corporate bonds. Any lessons we can take from Lafarge Webco, because they've had very good subscription on their bond?
Well, when it comes to the bond market in Nigeria, it's still a little bit of shadow. It's still left for the big players, maybe the pension companies and others. But the retail investors are not really taking opportunity of the bond market because there's not so much awareness on the bond market at the moment. But I think going forward, Lafarge Webco have done very well about the bonding. And I think sometimes what happens in the Nigerian market is that when somebody does well, others will follow. So we expect other companies to follow them and get this bond.
What would the pricing of these bonds be? Because obviously we know that interest rates are at 12%. This may change going forward, but it does set a threshold, doesn't it?
Well, that's the problem with bonding. I think so. These are areas that most of the companies that are coming into the market you need to address, because even inflation at 12% at the moment. So if I want to do bond, I should be thinking of getting above 12% to be able to make my money. So I think these are areas that most of all these companies have to look at and come out with a really threshold on what percentage they will giving investors in terms when you participate in the bonds market. For now, there's no any consistent way of doing the pricing in the bond market. I think that's one of the areas that the Nigerian Stock Exchange also have to look into.
Okay, the Naira at 160 Naira 15 kobo. After we saw the official devaluation of the currency to 155 Naira.
Well, it's not surprising. It's even surprising that it's still doing 160. Because ordinarily, when you devalue like that, you expect the Naira to really crash down, and knowing that our economy is an import-driven economy, not an export-driven economy. So on the short term now, it looks like what the CBN decision have taken is actually good. But going forward, you should realize that we are an import-driven economy. Some of these products that are being imported into this country at the moment are going to be on the high side, and before you know it, then the inflation will come into it. But on the long run, I think the market with the Naira will be stable. But the only good thing about this devaluing is that it's going to help in the foreign reserve for the nation. So there may not be so much removing money from the foreign reserve to defend the Naira at all costs now. I think that's just the only good news. But I think in terms of inflation, in terms of product, I think also some of these things will go high.